Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You are watching Lube Presents Oil Aftermath, hosted by myself. Let's dive into yesterday's game. But before we do that, I just want you guys to calm down out there online. You guys are just panicking. My friends are panicking. It's like, holy, you guys. They already have the series lined up for the Stanley Cup. They're saying it's going to be Vegas and Florida. It's like, holy, you guys, man. You got the two greatest players in the game right now on one team. You think they're going to go down without a fight? I don't think so, guys. This series is far from over. The game they played last night wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be. There was a lapse in the second period. I'm going to get into that. But overall, this team is far from being done. So stop losing hope, guys. I swear to God, Edmonton fans are so emo. And I thought I was an emo fan, but man, you guys really take the cake. Anyway, let's get into yesterday's game. As you know, unfortunately, the Oilers are now on the brink. As the Vegas Golden Knights took a 3-2 series lead by a 4-3 victory against the Edmonton Oilers. So yeah, the backs are definitely against the wall for the Edmonton Oilers. They have to win the next two games or their season is done. It's simple as that. It's a bit of an uphill climb, but it's a doable uphill climb. I'd rather be down 3-2 than 3-1 or 3-0. So let's consider that. They are right now Canada's only hope to end this drought for Stanley Cup, for a Canadian city to win a Stanley Cup. It's now been, if you include this year, 30 years since the Montreal Canadiens won their cup in '93, I believe it was. So it's been a long time. And unfortunately, we are down to one Canadian city that can potentially vie for that. Okay, so let's get into the first period of last night's game. This is a trend I've noticed throughout the series, and last night when it happened, it gave me a sickening feeling in the stomach, okay? It was another quick response by the Vegas Golden Knights as Connor McDavid would strike first at 3:02 on the power play, but Jack Eichel would respond 50 seconds later for Vegas. This is a trend that as soon as that happened, because it's happened so often now, I'm like, uh-oh, the Oilers are in trouble. The Oilers are in trouble. So at that moment in time, 3 minutes into the game, I knew the Oilers were going to be in trouble. And yes, I was 100% correct because when they went into the second period, there was a 1 minute and 29 stretch of that game that the Oilers would just collapse. Yeah, as they were awarded there was two penalties. So Vegas had a two-man advantage, and the first goal came from Mark Stone at 14:05, Riley Smith at 14:34, and then Hugh at 15:34 for a 3-goal stretch in 1 minute and 29 seconds. That there, you guys, was the game. That was what it happened. It wasn't necessarily the Oilers playing bad. It wasn't necessarily Skinner playing bad. However, when it comes to Skinner, I don't think he's playing bad, but I think he's playing tired. I think he's playing really, really super tired. And I think maybe we should consider Jack Campbell for the Game 6 start, and I'll explain that to you a little bit later. The third period would arrive. Connor McDavid, he would score his second of the night, but that would be about all the Vegas Golden Knights would let, and they would give no more. They locked it right down. You got to give credit to the Vegas Golden Knights. They're playing very good hockey too, and it wasn't as chippy or as a hatred game that I thought we would see, that we saw in game 4, where the suspensions happened. So the teams kind of settled down when it came to the after the whistle stuff. But yeah, Vegas now, they have a 3-2 series lead, and we go back to Edmonton tomorrow night. Hopefully back to Vegas on, what would it be, Tuesday night. And also, just of note, Seattle has extended that series. They're going to Game 7 in that series. The East is all settled. We know that the Florida Panthers will play the Carolina Hurricanes for the Eastern Conference Championship. So now it's just a matter of deciding the West and who will play the two teams out of the West that will make it to the Western Conference Final. All right, let's break down some of the numbers from last night's game. Marchessault had 3 assists. He was also a +3. Vegas was 57% on the faceoff dot. Stu, not a good night for him, and I don't think it's just that he was playing poor. I think he's tired. 18 saves on 22 shots, an .818 save percentage. Both teams have scored 17 goals throughout this series. So this is a very even series. Like, I don't see... Well, I don't want to say I don't see Edmonton losing that game, but I do know that Edmonton is going to give it their all in Game 6. And that's all we can ask for them. So, yeah. And that'll take us right now to the X Factor from last night. Oops. No, I didn't do any intro. Well, that's okay, too. The X Factor for last night, it's not really anybody's fault on that game. There was just that 1 minute and 21 second lapse that the Golden Knights took advantage of. So I'm not really blaming anyone. I thought the team played very well. It's just luck was not on their side. 2-man advantage. One of the calls was a little bit questionable, but it is what it is. You got to expect that in with the reffing. But I'm not going to really fault the refs either. I mean, you can't let the refs dictate your outcome. You have to attack and attack hard. So I'm not going to give anyone the fault on this game. I think it was just a 1 minute and 29 second lapse that Vegas was able to take advantage of. So that will take me now to the Tim Hortons reveal. Oh, nope. It's the Sportsnet Hockey Pool Fantasy. And again, I messed this up. That's 2 weeks in a row. I keep forgetting I do this on Saturdays. So yeah, there I am, dead last. I have a total of 346 points. I am going to make my rebound when it comes to the third and fourth rounds, because I think I will lock that one down and make sure that I make a bounce back. I'm hoping anyway. Now, let's get to the Tim Hortons reveal. Oops, I just made that crooked. Okay. All right. Don't have the X-Acto knife, but I did find a pocket knife. So hopefully, yes, there we go. That makes it way easier instead of trying to chomp at it. And what do we have? Okay. We got Lucky Luke Robitaille. We got a record breaker, Eddie Belfour. And then Raymond Bourque with the Colorado Avalanche. So there you have it. There's our 3 cards for that particular pack. I think those are all doubles for me, so it doesn't do me good in as far as my collection goes. All right. Let's move on. Okay, guys, let's get into final thoughts. If you guys have any questions or thoughts on last night's game and where the Oilers are headed, please feel free to send me a message. But my question for final thoughts is, who do you go with in game number 6? Do you go with Soup or Stu? For me, now I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism on this, but I would actually go with Soup. And I'll tell you why. I really think Stu is tired. I think he's super tired. And I think he needs a break. I think if you give him that one game to give him that break, he'll be charged up for Game 7, and the Oilers will get the job done. So that's my pick. Feel free to leave comments on who you would pick. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, I would definitely go with Campbell. Just because I think, especially you got to also remember, Skinner has a newborn. Okay, so that's new to him too. So he's probably a very tired man right now. Give him one rest. Hope for the best out of Campbell. Hopefully the team can really play an extraordinary defensive game to help Campbell out. But I think you want to give Skinner that one game rest. Have him come in Tuesday night to take the series. That's the way I would look at it. But that's a tough call. You're the coach of the team. You got all this pressure from the Edmonton faithful. I mean, that's wouldn't want to be in his position. That's all I can say. Anyway, guys, if you are new to this channel and watching it for the very first time, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. As always, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated, and we will talk on, what day is it? So tomorrow, Sunday, Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain. That's when I come on to do these. I hope to hear from you guys. We will talk soon. You guys have a good night. Don't lose hope, guys.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic